Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. It is Monday, April 21st, and I'm Deb Gillard, your host on this day. We hope you had a blessed and safe Easter. It was really a nice weekend weather-wise, I think, all around. Happened to make a trip myself down to Omaha, Nebraska, where the weather was even warmer than it was here. So anyway, hope you had a good one as well and had plenty of time to spend with family and friends. We are glad you're here. Of course, remember that the Owatonna Today Show can be seen 6 days a week on Charter Channel 8 and also out there on blip.tv on YouTube, and we do have a Facebook page. If you head to Facebook and like Owatonna Today, you'll actually get notifications when the shows are uploaded and ready for you to watch out there. So do take a liking to us on Facebook, and that's another way to watch or to direct other people to watch if perhaps they're not in the Charter Channel 8 viewing area. We always welcome your comments about the show and your ideas for topics and guests. And if you have those, and you may get them to Leanne T. She's the producer of the show. You can either send a message to owatonatoday@charter.net, or you can give her a call at 390-5751. We have a very good show for you today. Coming right back from our first break, we have Laura Resler with us. We're going to be talking about a lot of things going on at our History Center, very exciting news. And a little bit later on in the show, out to Little Theatre of Owatonna to take a look at the upcoming performance of Time Stands Still and give you a little sneak preview there. We'll take this break and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings, I'm Laura Resler, Director of the Steele County Historical Society, and I welcome you to our History Center. We invite you to join in all our activities events where we honor the past and look towards the future.
Hi, I'm Linda Anderson, and I play Sarah.
And I'm Ann Skanesny, and I play Mandy in LTO's current production of Time Stands Still, directed by Craig Berg.
Performances of Time Stands Still will be held Friday and Saturday, April 25th and 26th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, April 27th at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at 7:30 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online.
Don't miss LTO's production of Time Stands Still.
Welcome back. Again, thanks for joining us on this Monday, April 21st. As promised, Laura Resler is here with us. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you have a nice Easter?
I did. We had a lovely Easter.
Yes,
so.
And we did too. We were comparing notes. Laura's been to Omaha as well, and we have decided it's a little hidden gem kind of in the Midwest that not a lot of people may know about unless you've been there, and so yeah.
And it's not that far.
It isn't that far. No, depending on traffic and driving, 4.5 to 5 hours. I guess if you want to take longer, you can. But
and spring starts sooner down there, so
you know what?
Nice incentive.
That was nice. There were flowers in the downtown. Certainly ones that pansies and tulips and things that are a little bit hardier. But yeah, so that made us look forward to what we have hopefully coming here.
In a few weeks.
In a few weeks, exactly. Well, things are going on at the History Center that are very exciting, aren't they?
Yes.
Burning that mortgage.
Burning the mortgage after 2 years, so it's very exciting.
Okay.
And we're very grateful to everybody that's helped us get to that point.
Well, there have been a lot of fundraisers and celebrations along the way to burning the mortgage, and some that have had that term right in there. Got to get there, got to burn that mortgage, and that is where you are right now.
We are. So it's a great feeling, and
coming up later this week.
Yeah, Thursday at we're going to start the first part is an invitation only piece.
Okay.
We're doing a little cookout type supper, to help the burn along the way, and then at 6:30 we're going to actually do the burning ceremony hopefully out on the patio. I hear rain is predicted, so
yeah, it's still a few days away.
A few days away. Hopefully they're not right.
Yeah. Lots of times they're not, Laura.
I know. But so we're looking forward to that.
Okay. Now, and you are actually going to burn the mortgage. This is not symbolic. This is really, you've got a You've got a little fire ring that
We've
was
got
actually made for the occasion.
Metal Services in Blooming Prairie they've been wonderful partners with us in the past, and they created this commemorative fire ring. It's got a little plaque on it with the date. And so we're going to do the burning in there, and then that will be repurposed into a raised flower bed in front of the History Center. We've got a new flagpole that's being installed, so it should be a nice commemorative.
Oh, that'll be very nice. So all in all, the event will start, like you said, with the invitation, and then...
At 6:30, we do the burning.
And that's open to the public.
That's open to the public. So
Gather
anybody,
around in the big wide open spaces.
Anybody
even if it's
can
raining
come
a little,
and
bring your umbrella.
Bring your umbrella, come out and celebrate with us. You know, because this project is a true reflection on our community.
It is.
$3.3 million project, no taxpayer money involved.
Amazing.
So, you know, that's something to be very proud of, and it's a reflection of the community's investment in our local history.
It's an amazing journey, and it's an amazing facility, too. It is just beautiful. Now, just so that some of us remember when this all started, when was the beginning of the timeline? It was actually Sesquicentennial.
Oh, my gosh, here we go. Now.
No. I'm going to test you. I'm sorry, but wasn't it even Sesquicentennial kind of related?
Well, this is my 12th year
Okay.
at the Historical Society, and they had the idea for the Owatonna Sesquicentennial.
Exactly.
It was one of the projects submitted, but because of the scope, it wasn't, you know, the one that they did. They did the bandshell, and that was a beautiful commemorative, you know, for the Sesquicentennial. And so, you know, it was actually when we became the recipients of Glenn Degner's trust that we were able at that point then to look at the bigger picture and knew we had money to help sustain us, you know, with
How
the
do we
operations.
build on this now? What can we do?
Right, and what can we do? And so the building committee was reinstated, and we had a couple of meetings, and then Chad Lang came to the one meeting, and on behalf of his parents, Stevens and Sis, you know, made this challenge grant of $1 million to us.
Amazingly generous.
Amazingly
Yes.
generous. The family was looking for a legacy project for their family, and they chose the History Center.
And they found one.
They
didn't
found one.
And we thank
Absolutely.
them so much. What an amazing gift to give to the community.
It was.
It will be remembered.
And along the way, you know, the Viracon donated all the glass. The Wenger family and foundation were tremendous donors. The Zambonis, you know, lots of people along the way. I mean, and then $1 million raised from, you know, just folks like me.
Exactly. Just contributions, donations,
you know,
things at fundraisers, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Right.
Have all come to fruition. And I know that people are enjoying the History Center. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing piece of work, because what we had before that was that little village, and it only showed this tiny little snapshot of what life was like in Steele County. So the whole goal here, if I remember correctly, and which is truly what it's come to be,
is to bring us forward.
Bring us forward and encompass all of Steele County. You've had, as you mentioned earlier, such great participation with Blooming Prairie and Ellendale and Medford and all the outlying communities too, just really jumping in and taking a part and being a part of it.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, because we are the Steele County History Center. You know, I mean, Owatonna's a beautiful city, and that's where we're located, but we want to reflect the entire county and its history.
And it absolutely does, and there were so many people in so many areas that just really, really got behind this and really put it forward too.
Right, because we then, you know, we had the rural match too, where we had an anonymous donor come forward with a, you know, $50,000 grant if we could raise $50,000 from rural Steele County. And, you know, we finished that up at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So
and again, amazing. And that's anonymous even too. Isn't that something?
Yep.
Wow. They just said, here we go. We want to give this and we want to see this happen, and here's a little extra push toward the end.
Absolutely.
So it is very, very exciting. What is going on in the History Center right now?
Well, right now we have a Korean War exhibit.
Okay.
We also have early Steele County entrepreneurs. I mean, when you look at this county and, you know, truly agrarian roots, but then the development of businesses, even, you know, today, looking at how we are and what we are as a county, and having the scope of business that we do. So we're doing the early entrepreneurs, like 1850 through the, you know, late 1800s. So we're not even touching on the more modern ones. But it's amazing to see. There was a man that had a wind machine, a man that developed prosthetics, you know, and then along with all these other things that you would have needed to get a community started. So, yeah.
Little known facts in our Steele County history. So head to the History Center and, you know, be a member. I mean, it's great to become a member of the History Center, and
it's reasonable. You know, it's for a family, it's $45 annually, and then you also become a member of this Time Travelers program, where we have a reciprocal agreement with close to 200 historical venues nationwide, and part of that is the Minnesota Historical Society. So if you're a member here, you go up there, show your membership card, and you get free admission.
Amazing. That is amazing.
So it's a nice benefit.
Yeah, it is. There's another thing we wanted to touch on here, too. So definitely the Burn the Mortgage is coming up, and all those great things are going on. There's another program, Transfer of Memory. Is that Transfer
That's
of Memories?
correct.
Do I have that correct?
It's correct. It's a new exhibit that will be going in on May 1st. The grand opening will be May 8th, and we invite everybody to come to that. It's a beautiful exhibit of Minnesota Holocaust survivors, their portraits. It's very uplifting, very much an exhibit of hope and perseverance. And so there's these beautiful portraits of these people, and then a short synopsis of their lives and what they went through and how they came to Minnesota. And then we're adding some companion programming. How did you get to Steele County?
Okay.
What was your journey?
Okay.
And
so you're asking for a little additional personal stories in regards to that.
Right.
So, but it tells a little bit about the story, which, again, all of us know from
well, and
history.
even our early immigrants that came here, there were challenges, there were things that they suffered along the way. Maybe they were escaping religious persecution or something. There were certainly issues even here early on, So the journey has been similar for many people.
It has.
And now with our more culturally and ethnically diverse community, we want to share those stories.
How long will that exhibit be up there?
It will be up through June 27th.
Okay, so beginning of May all the way through June 27th, so a good 2 months to take part in that. And then what comes after?
After that, we will have Coming of Age starting in October.
Okay.
And then Ellendale will be doing an exhibit early next winter, and Entrepreneurs will continue, and the Korean exhibit will continue throughout the year. And with Entrepreneurs, they're changing periodically some of the stories in that, and because there's so much.
There is, yeah.
Lot
to cover.
Lot to cover, so there'll be changes to that. So if you've seen it once, come back and take a look again.
Okay, all right. Well, and that's one of the great things, too, about the History Center is not only bringing all of Steele County together, but having the availability to have things change like this. We were pretty static kind of before in what we were able to showcase, and I can just well imagine from a visitor and tourist standpoint that as you're getting calls and are able to tell them about what's still here to look at, that in the Village of Yesteryear is still a wonderful little gem. But that you've got all these wonderful exhibits, too, that are changing. So as people visit here, and not only our local population, but those that come through on bus trips and travels and things, we've got all these neat things going on.
Lots to do.
History Center.
Well, and the community is a beautiful community, so we're very blessed.
Well, if you haven't been there, you certainly need to make it. And maybe if your first chance to be at the History Center is to come and watch and burn the mortgage, I guess that would be appropriate.
Watch the bonfire.
Yep, watch the bonfire. So that is this Thursday, the 24th. Invitation-only event ahead of time, and then 6:30 the actual burning of the mortgage.
Yep.
And come on into the History Center and see all the good things that they have to offer. And Laura, thanks so much for
you.
joining us. What a great success. It really
thank
has
you.
been.
It's truly a success
Everybody
of many.
Exactly. A lot of people grinning ear to ear on Thursday. Okay, I can well imagine. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
And have a great event. We'll take a break for our supporters, and then we'll head out to Little Theatre for a little sneak preview of Time Stands Still.
When using a fire extinguisher, we suggest using the pass system. Pull the pin at the top of the extinguisher that keeps the handle from being accidentally pressed. Aim the nozzle toward the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguisher. If you release the handle, the discharge will stop. Sweep the nozzle back and forth at the base of the fire. After the fire appears to be out, watch it carefully since it may reignite. If you have the slightest doubt about whether or not to fight the fire, get out and close the door behind you. This has been a safety message from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know that it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids in your own home? Underage drinking leads to increased risk of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, and welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We are in the historic Little Theatre of Owatonna, and we are here to talk about a play that's coming out this weekend. It's Time Stand Still. And I have next to me the illustrious director, Craig Berg. Hello, good sir.
Oh, hello there. Thank you for coming.
Did you know you were illustrious?
No, I don't know the definition of that, I don't think.
I don't either, but we're just going to go with it. Well, we want to talk to you first about, because we want to understand the story of, tell me a little bit about what Time Stand Still is about.
Time Stand Still is a contemporary show, very contemporary. It takes place in current day. It's boils down to a relationship show, really. It's focused on two relationships, committed relationships between a man and a woman. One being a little off because it's more of a May-December romance, and it's those two relationships dealing with today's issues. They have a lot of specific issues that they're all dealing with Sarah and James. Sarah coming back after being injured in a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. She's a photojournalist. And her significant other, James, is a journalist who also has come back earlier due to post-traumatic stress disorder. And then the other couple consists of their editor, very nice gentleman who was their best friend, who is now in a relationship with a very young lady, who you will meet, Anne. And but it's just the differences in the two relationships and how they're dealing with all of the issues. James and Sarah giving Richard all kinds of grief about being involved with such a young lady and having a midlife crisis and whatever. And then the other two dealing with their own issues as far as their illnesses that they're going through and their physical injuries that they're going through. So it's very interesting. It's, like I said, it's very contemporary. We've had to get flat screen TVs and laptops and cell phones and everything. It's a lot of fun, you know, because usually you're dealing with period pieces where you're finding old stuff, and so this has been kind of interesting. And but it's been very fun, and my cast is wonderful, and they've worked very, very hard, and I can't wait till this goes up.
Well, is this the second show you've done here at Little Theatre?
This is my third show, actually.
Directing, I should say, because you've acted in many, many shows, but this is your third. And the other ones that you've done, you tend to do very relationship-style pieces. Tell me why you lean towards those kind of plays.
I don't on purpose. I just get these scripts handed to me, and I read them, and I love them. And I love the complicated yet simplicity of them, because both my last two shows, Proof and this one, both have had 4 characters. Both are very relationship-based, and you're right. But they're, I don't know, it's just kind of been an accident. It's nothing that I've really intrigued with by any means, but I get intrigued after I read the scripts. They're just really, really good scripts. I will mention with Time Stand Still that it being very contemporary, the playwright has chosen to portray these characters with very strong language. There's a lot of strong profanity. I'm going to be out front with it, and but it's something that makes their character, all the aspects of their character come together, and but it's strong language, and there are some adult situations, so I don't recommend it for kids.
And not gratuitous. It's not just the words just to say the words, but you feel they really help define the character.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I always look for. If there is something like that in there, I always make sure that it has a purpose, and they do have a purpose. Who am I to say what the playwright, does or doesn't do? I'm not one to be able to judge that. So they're there, and it's very character-based, and in some cases plot-based, because some of them are used to move the plot along. But they're necessary because the playwright felt they were necessary. So
you have novice actors as well as very well-seasoned actors. How's that as a director been a challenge for you?
Very little challenge, because even my less experienced actors, they have responded to direction so well. There's been a couple of things that you may not think you may have to deal with, but walking backwards sometimes. But anyway, it all has worked out wonderfully in the long run. They have I have two that are semi inexperienced, but they are very responsive and have been wonderful to work with. They're going to be a treat to watch. Trust me.
Well, let's go ahead and talk to one of those. I have with us Anne, and I'm going to let you say your last name first because I will murder it. You go ahead and tell us who you are.
Anne Skanesny.
Thank you for that, Anne. It does, somewhere over there. So I want to talk to you a little bit. You have been in plays before, but this is your first speaking role. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
It's been great. I've never had to memorize lines before, so that's something different, but it's come pretty easy. So,
what made you audition for this show?
Larry Lodemeyer actually told me, who's also in the play. He told me about it for the first time when we were in Jesus Christ Superstar together. And he said, there's going to be a part for someone in their 20s. You should try out. And he said it probably pretty flippantly, and I was like, yeah, I should. And then a year passed, and I saw that the audition came out, and so I said, okay, well, I'll try. What's the worst that could happen?
So you're telling me you are an Owatonna native. Have you been familiar with a lot of Little Theater's work before?
Not really, no. I was never a theater person. I got introduced to the LTO about a year ago, again, when a coworker just said, hey, show up for Jesus Christ Superstar. They're not turning anyone away. You can just be in the background and sing and dance a little bit. So I thought, well, I don't have any hobbies. I guess I'll try that. So I showed up, and I had so much fun and met all these different people and kind of fell in love with it. So I figured I'll try again.
What's been the biggest challenge for you having these lines? And with 4 people on the stage, there's a lot of lines. So tell me a little bit about what is some of the biggest challenge throughout, whether it's the blocking or the relationships?
I think the biggest challenge for me has probably been the one scene where my character Mandy has to cry a little bit. I'm not a big crier, and she's very different than me, so trying to get to the point of tears in a realistic way has probably been the most challenging.
Good, and we're going to go talk to Larry now. We do have Larry Lodemeyer here. He's an alum of the theater, I would say. Would you say that?
If you're saying that I'm older and I've been around, yes, that would be a fair thing to say.
That is not what alumni means. So, Larry, tell me a little bit about your character in this play.
My character is James, and as Craig mentioned, I'm a freelance reporter that covers war stories, and I had just returned from Iraq after having witnessed a rather gruesome explosion that people lost their lives. And I have been deeply affected by that experience and developed some post-traumatic stress disorder.
I know that your background is psychology, and has that kind of helped you prepare for this role, understanding kind of where maybe that person comes from?
It really has. Over the last 8 years, I've really specialized in treating trauma, and so it's hard to say that it's been a treat for me to play this because it's very painful, but it really has put me inside the head and the body of the people that have to endure these conditions and continue to.
What has been the greatest challenge for you? Because you have been in many plays, and so some people might assume it's just easy for you to get up and do there. But that, as you were saying, some of it can be difficult. What has been the greatest challenge for you?
The greatest challenge for me is learning all of these lines. There are 4 people in this show, and as I get older, it doesn't get easier.
I don't know about that. We'll have to come and try that out for ourselves. But you do mention there are 4 people, so I'd like, in our last couple minutes, I want to make sure we talk to this girl over here. Hi. How are you doing, Linda? Good. You are also alumni of Little Theater. You're not an Owatonna native. Yes, I am. You are. So, but when was the first time you stepped foot on the Little Theater stage?
22 years ago.
Do you remember the first play?
Funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
Theater changes your life. It does. Tell me a little bit about your character.
I am a photojournalist. This is a real hard character for me to play. I usually do comedies. So getting into the mindset of being hurt and all the things that she goes through in the relationship problems, it's been a struggle, but it's very rewarding too.
We are almost out of time, so I apologize, but I really appreciate. I want to be here for an hour. Time Standstill does come up April 25th, 26th, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, all at 7:30. The matinee is April 27th at 2 p.m. Come see these amazing people who have put a lot of time. When you have 4 people on stage, it is a lot of lines. And then obviously, as you can tell from the storyline, a lot of emotion. So I really encourage you to come and see this show. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure. We'll see you. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. It's time to wrap up the program here on this Monday, April 21st, with a few reminders of things that are going on in the community. What? Oh, Leanne, lights, yay! You didn't want me sitting in the dark here trying to talk to people. A little ambiance, never hurt anybody. Anyway, a few things going on. Tomorrow evening, Tuesday, the 22nd, there will be a speaker at the Owatonna Public Library brought to you by Owatonna in support of Alzheimer's. She will be talking about frontotemporal dementia, its core characteristics and unique things about frontotemporal dementia. So if you know of anyone who's interested in attending that will be at the library, free and open to the public at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. April Lunch and Learn, Mentoring and Career Planning will be this Wednesday, April 23rd from noon to 1 at Riverland Community College, the Owatonna Campus Commons area at 965 Alexander Drive, Southwest Owatonna. So mentoring and career planning if you're interested in that. As we heard from Laura a little bit earlier on today, the Historical Society hosting that Burn the Mortgage. There is an invitation event, and then they'll be actually burning that mortgage in the fire ring that's been constructed just for the occasion, and that will be at 6:30. This coming Saturday, April 26th, it's Bark and Rec, sponsored by the Owatonna Parks and Rec Department and the Steele County Humane Society. It's going on from 9 to 1 at the Steele County Fairgrounds Four Seasons Center. Bring your furry family member and check out things. There's lots of fun things to do there. That's about going to wrap it up for today. Please join us for Wednesday's program. Jay Nyquist will be here from Steele County Public Health, and also Edna Ringhofer will be here talking about Dancing with the Steele County Stars. Have a good day. We'll see you then.